Hi everyone, welcome back or to my channel. If you're new, my name is Tenzin. Thank you so much for clicking on this video and for being here with me today. And if you are returning, welcome back. Thank you as always for your support. So it's been a minute since I've recorded a video. I'm excited to get back into it. Happy New Year. We have finally made it, and it's amazing that we are now in 2021, that we can put the past behind us, put the experiences behind us, take the lessons we learned in 2020 and carry them with us into this new year. And what a perfect time to really just reset everything in our life and our mentality and our surroundings and just start fresh. It's a clean slate, and so I'm really looking forward to everything that this year is going to bring, and I hope you are as well. And I hope that you had a safe and happy and fun holiday season. And today's video, I just wanted to do a little get ready with me. Not going anywhere, but I just felt like doing my makeup a little bit today and doing it in front of the camera. So let's get started, shall we? First thing I'm gonna do is prime my face with my Rare Beauty illuminating primer, which I've definitely shown in my videos before. So I'm just gonna apply it with my hands all over my face. Once we have applied the hydration primer, I'm going to take my Rare Beauty foundation, and this is in the shade 210N. This has been my go-to foundation every time I just want to do a natural and lightweight makeup look over the past few months. Just apply it in any of my areas that have spots on them. So in this video, I just wanted to talk a little bit about my goals and my wants and my aspirations for 2021, and kind of the lessons that I'm going to bring from 2020 into 2021. And yeah, and I also want to really hear from you. So if you're watching and you have a certain goal or certain resolution or something that you really want to put your focus on in this new year, please comment that below. I think that I could honestly do one whole talking video about what I've learned in 2020, but I don't really want to focus only on that topic, because I feel like I've touched a little bit about that in one of my, I think it's my most recent video on the goals that I had written out for myself for 2020, and I kind of reflected on if I think that I achieved them or not. And so please check that video out if you haven't done so already. But I think ultimately the biggest lesson, that there's a few, but one big one that's been sticking out to me lately and that I've been thinking a lot about is the fact that 2020 showed me and showed so many people, I feel like. Sorry, it's so hard for me to put on makeup, explain what I'm doing with the makeup, and then also follow my thought pattern and my train of thought. But I'm just gonna brush them up. This is my e.l.f. go-to eyebrow pencil. It's called the Instant Lift Brow Pencil. This shade is in Taupe. What was I saying? Oh yeah, one of the I think most common themes that I picked up on and that resonated with me this year in 2020 was that you cannot be attached to any kind of outcome, and that practicing detachment actually is one of the most, like, for sure ways, and one of the most, I guess, wise methods in making sure that you're not caught up in any emotion, that you're not that you don't put yourself into a deep hole of feeling negative about certain things, and also just helps with practicing to let go of anything, a circumstance, a situation, a person, a certain stage in your life, anything that you may be experiencing in the moment. And actually, fun fact, the screensaver or the wallpaper on my phone is a really cool picture, and it has a quote, and the quote says, "It's amazing what can happen when you aren't attached to the outcome." And I've kept that on my phone for a couple months now, and it's really nice to look at because it's a reminder, honestly, that 2020 kind of forced upon me, because it showed me that you can plan all you want, you can set certain concrete goals, or create a certain vision for yourself, or a certain timeline, but ultimately some things just aren't going to be in your control all the time, and that is life, and that is normal. And the fact that if we go into it not attaching so much of our pleasure, our joy, our satisfaction, our self-worth, our self-esteem, our if we don't attach all of those intense emotions into what could possibly be the outcome, then that's kind of how we will be happy in the end. That's how we'll not be too that's how we'll not be too shocked or too in a negative state if something doesn't end up working out the way we had hoped for. So I hope that made sense. I'm taking my Glossier Lid Star, which I'm almost done with it. Clearly, it's really almost gone. So I use it so much. It's the Stretch Concealer, and this is in, this is in G5. It's really hard to read because the writing was kind of fading. But yeah, I think that's one of the biggest lessons that I've learned, is that practicing detachment is long-term what is most sustainable for your happiness and your outlook in life, which it's so much easier said than done, because in this day and age it's really easy to be constantly planning for the next stage in your life, for the next goal, for the next move that you have, and it's really easy because of how fast-paced our society is, and there's a lot of pressure from so many different people and environments, and it's really hard not to kind of put your attachment into accomplishing certain things or reaching certain stages in your life. But obviously this year showed us that that's not always going to pan out in the way that you'd hoped, and so it's so important not to get your hopes up. So yeah, but also along with that, I feel like gratitude has taken on a whole new meaning, and I know I've spoken about this in multiple videos, but I think that at the end of the day, there's always going to be something to be grateful for. And as wild of a year 2020 was, and as hard as it was for many people, I do think that there were a lot of takeaways, and there are a lot of things to be grateful for that 2020 gave us, and that we were able to gain from the year. So this is an eyeliner pen from e.l.f., and it's in the color Coffee. I really liked this eyeliner pen at first, but I think it's becoming kind of dried up now, which isn't ideal. Yeah, so I think, like, for instance, what was I grateful for in 2020, despite the pandemic and how many people were getting COVID and getting hospitalized? I was so lucky that no one in my immediate surroundings and in my family got COVID, and knock on wood that it stays that way. But I'm just truly grateful for just the fact that we could rely on our good health. And I'm also grateful that I was able to turn the page with my next career step and my next career move, even though there was a long period of time where I was uncertain and unsure of if I would even be able to move into that direction of my career. I'm so grateful that after months of trying and hoping and remaining positive, that things ended up working out for me. Also grateful, of course, for friends who I kept in touch with and who kept in touch with me throughout this whole experience, and we were able to check in with one another despite busy schedules. So in terms of my goals for 2021, I don't know if I have any specific ones, simply because I don't want to jinx anything, and I don't want to, with the lessons that 2020 showed me, it's really not the best idea to put so much weight or put so much attachment into specific goals. But of course I have certain things that I want to accomplish. I want to advance in my career, and I want to excel in my position and make a great impression on the position that I currently have for work. And I really want to post more consistently and just make more videos and connect with more people on YouTube, and just be able to form a little community of people that are like-minded and that I can engage with here. That's a big goal, actually, of something that I would love to accomplish in this new year. Of course, good health and abundance, a continuous good health and abundance for this new year, for myself, for my friends, for my family, my loved ones. And when I mean abundance, I mean it in all forms, like spiritually, emotionally, socially, financially, all the different ways that you can have abundance in your life. And really that's what, I want to do. And also another specific one would be getting back into a consistent yoga routine, because I used to be really good at, pre-COVID, I was pretty good at keeping a schedule with yoga, and sometimes I would sign up for yoga classes, which would make me more accountable to go and practice because I paid for it. But obviously, since COVID happened and those classes were not an option anymore, I really had to make sure that I find the inner motivation to do it myself, because ultimately you just need a mat and a floor to practice yoga. And actually, fun fact, the first day of the new year, on January 1st, I rolled out my mat, and I wanted to start strong with the year, so set the right tone, and I did my yoga practice from be 25 minutes, but I want to move up towards 30 minutes and hopefully keep going until I get used to practicing yoga for like an hour. And definitely want to do it weekly, at least once a week, but hopefully even more, a couple times a week, because I notice after my yoga practice I just feel so good, and I want to chase that feeling. Okay, so the next step I want to do is my Milk blush. It's actually a lip and cheek color, but I do it for my cheeks. The color Work. I think this color is really good for the winter. Hope that you can see this makeup well. What other things do I want to accomplish in 2021? I want to continue spending as much time outside as I can. That's something consistent that I did over this quarantine and over 2020 was just going on walks every day or every other day, and just being outside in the mornings, like when I'm drinking my coffee. It was kind of like a morning ritual for me, and listening to the birds sing and doing a meditation and then listening to podcasts outside. That was truly so calming and peaceful. And so I want to carry those habits with me into this new year, and just spend more time outside, go on more hikes, maybe even do some yoga on the hikes after reaching the top of a view. Who knows? Something I forgot to do was put on my Vaseline. This has been such a lifesaver over this winter because my lips are constantly chapped. And something I recently got was this e.l.f. cream contour palette. I've always wanted to use bronzer and try out contouring, but I didn't know how to, one, and also I didn't know how I'd feel about using the powder ones because they seemed a bit more difficult to apply. So I went with the cream because I also figured the cream might look a bit more natural, and since I'm new at contouring, I don't want it to be like intense all of a sudden. So I'm gonna take sometimes I mix these two colors, so I'll just do that. I've seen a lot of YouTubers and celebrities in like Vogue videos say that you have to do that to find out where your cheeks are. I know I look a little ridiculous, but gotta do it for the glow, am I right? Well, what else do I want to practice in 2021? I want to continue to meditate on a daily basis. I want to keep reading books that expand my mind, expand my knowledge, and that make me feel good. Read poetry books. Those are just truly for pleasure, but I also feel very inspired after reading poetry. So doing that, doing some more writing, because writing has become a hobby of mine, and it kind of always was, but I never gave it the time and energy. So I've been dabbling into that. And yeah, I mean, if I were to really think about it, there are so many things that I would love to try out and to really pursue in 2021, but ultimately it's abundance, it's good health for me, my family, for everyone that I love, and it's more self-love and more self-care and just more self-growth ultimately. So I hope the bronzer was applied correctly. Last but not least is liquid highlighter. I've had this highlighter for so long now, and for some reason still have not run out. There's just so much product, I think. I said last but not least, but you know what I just forgot is I forgot lip gloss. Actually today, instead of lip gloss, I feel like my highlighter already has made me look super glowy. Instead of my lip gloss, I'm gonna do my Charlotte Tilbury. This has been one of my favorite lipsticks for a while now. The shade is called Bond Girl, and it kind of actually matches my sweater a little bit. This is the shade, and I think it's a really pretty winter color, fall winter, and I like this shade because it actually shows up on my lips. Okay, so I just like to take my e.l.f. Illuminating Mist and Set and spray my face. And I just feel like it sets all my makeup and add some hydration to my face. So that was my get ready with me, my first get ready with me of 2021. I almost said 2020. Okay, my brain needs to speed it up a little. I hope you enjoy this video. I hope that some of my takeaways from 2020 resonated with you. Please let me know in the comments what you would like to focus on and what you are attracting in this new year. I would love to read them and get some inspiration from it. But yeah, that was the video. Hope you enjoyed, and let me know what else you would like to see next from me. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you later.